Onions are one of those everyday ingredients we barely notice. They hide behind sauces, dissolve into soups, disappear under cheese. They balance flavors, deepen broths, sweeten caramelized dishes, and yet, seldom do we pause to appreciate them. But imagine this. Before the chopping board, before the heat, before the familiar sizzle, an onion holds a story that spans millennia. Layer upon layer, it has traveled through human history, nourishing bodies, inspiring ritual, forging connection. Long before grocery aisles or modern kitchens, onions were already woven into the fabric of human life. In ancient Egypt, their many layers struggled to speak eternity. Egyptians placed them in tombs, believing they symbolized the everlasting. In Greece, boxers and athletes consumed onions to fortify themselves, chase away fatigue, and perhaps boost courage. Roman soldiers marched long distances with onions tucked in their sacks, a humble source of sustenance during days on the road. Far to the east, in early India and China, onions found dual purpose, not only as food, but as medicine. Through cultures separated by oceans and millennia, disparate peoples reached for the same simple bulb, sensing something essential inside. Modern science allows us to peek beneath the dry skin, and what we see helps explain why onions earn such reverence. Slice into one, and the pungent aroma that makes your eyes water, that is not accident. It is the signature release of sulfur compounds, the onion's defense against pests and predators. It is raw, it is sharp, it is potent. But for humans, those compounds do not just sting. Emerging research suggests they may help activate antioxidant pathways, support detoxification enzymes in the liver, and help regulate inflammatory responses. They are not magic bullets. They do not guarantee health. But in a body under constant exposure to stress, pollution, and modern pressures, they may quietly offer resilience, one meal at a time. Onions also carry quercetin, a flavonoid antioxidant that draws attention from nutrition scientists. Quercetin has been studied for its ability to modulate immune responses, downregulate inflammatory signals, and act as an antioxidant that counters oxidative stress. Some small-scale studies hint at cardiovascular benefit, helping protect cholesterol from oxidation, supporting vascular function, and promoting healthy circulation. The results are not uniform. Dosage, absorption, cooking method, and individual body chemistry all matter. But quercetin stands as a humble evidence-based ally, not a marketing gimmick. Beyond bloodstream and tissues, onions reach the gut, the complex ecosystem inside us that influences digestion, mood, immunity, even brain function. Onions contain prebiotic fibers, like inulin and fructooligosaccharides, FOS, which resist digestion in the upper gastrointestinal tract. Instead, they travel to the colon, where beneficial microbes feast. These microbes, in turn, produce compounds that nourish the intestinal lining, modulate immune function, and influence inflammation levels. Over time, a well-fed microbiome can subtly shape metabolism, nutrient absorption, sleep quality, even mental well-being. Eating onions regularly and informs gentle on the gut may help support this hidden ecosystem. What strikes me most is how onions refuse to shout their virtues. There is no superfood packaging, no flashy promises. Instead, they thrive in simplicity. They anchor soups and stews. They form the foundation of sauces. They caramelize under patient heat, releasing sweetness. They ground flavor, add depth, lend comfort. As smell, for first breath an onions hit hot fat, is memory. Warm kitchens, simmering vats, family dinners, the quiet hum of cooking. Culinarily, onions are supremely versatile. Each variety offers its own voice. Yellow onions, earthy and balanced, are the workhorses of kitchens worldwide. Ideal for roasting, braising, slow simmering. Red onions bring crispness and vivid color, raw in salads or pickled for brightness. White onions yield a clean, sharp bite, perfect in salsas, stir-fries, Latin dishes. Sweet onions like Vidalia or Walla Walla are tender enough to eat raw and sublime when caramelized. Their sweetness becomes rounded, deep. Shallots whisper subtlety, delicate, nuanced, aromatic. Green onions, scallions. They inject freshness, green brightness. Each lends a different mood. Each changes as heat, time, and method transform them. Consider transformation itself. Raw onions bite, they sting the eyes, they snap. But under heat, they soften. Sautéed slowly, they melt into gold. Roasted long, they collapse into tender sweetness. Grilled, they take on smoke and depth, their edges charred, their flesh rich. Cooking changes not just flavor, it shifts chemistry, alters digestibility, modifies nutrient availability. Many people who cannot tolerate raw onion find cooked versions far gentler on the stomach. The same bulb becomes different with time and temperature. Still, onions remain modest. Low in calories, free of fat and cholesterol, they contribute modest amounts of vitamin C, B6, folate, manganese, not mega doses of micronutrients, but enough to complement a balanced diet. Store them in a cool, dry pantry, and they will keep 4 weeks. Affordable, accessible, shelf staple. No refrigeration needed. A pantry staple that quietly endures. But onions are more than nutrients. They are memory, ritual, identity. A base for lentil stews in Syria. A flavor backbone in Indian dals. A foundation for French onion soups simmered low and long. The smoky tang of onions in Puerto Rican sofritos, the crisp bite in Mexican salsas, the tear-jerking aroma in family kitchens around the globe. Onions carry tradition, simple, unassuming, pervasive. In a world obsessed with novelty, flashy superfoods, dramatic diets, quick-fix wellness trends, onions remind us that strength often comes from constancy. That health can be supported, not by extremes, but by regular, simple choices. That nourishment comes slowly, layer by layer, bulb by bulb, meal by meal. That connection is not always loud. Sometimes, it is the soft hum of water boiling, the scent of butter and onion dancing, the warmth of a home-cooked dish. So next time you pick one up, pause. Feel its weight. Run your fingers across its papery skin. Peel back a layer and feel the thin membrane under your thumb. Smell the faint trace of earth. Hold it a moment. Inside that unassuming bulb lies history. Civilizations, kitchens yet to come. Chemistry, subtle, potent. Nutrition, humble, persistent, and something deeper, a quiet invitation to feed, to nourish, to belong. Onions may never dazzle. They never glare, but they persist. They endure. And in their own unassuming way, each slice, each simmer, they ask only that we remember, that we cook, that we share, that we care.